What's up, y'all? So today I had two trades and they were both losers, unfortunately. The first trade was on GM. I traded GM because it was on my scanner this morning. I scanned during the pre-market to find stocks that are gapping up or gapping down by at least 3%, meaning that the price of the stock since the last previous closing price, the price has gone up by 3% or came down by 3%. So GM was down about 3% or so, or close to it. So it was on my list. GM was gapping down, meaning the stock was down because its workers are striking. So I was watching it in the open and I saw that it was selling up in the open. I would have shorted it right here, but I couldn't. My hotkeys weren't working. I pressed the sell short key and nothing happened. In fact, I got a rejection error message. I had to call my broker to see what was going on. We were able to find a fix. By the time I made new hotkeys, I had missed so many trades left and right. So that was a bummer, but what can you do, right? So GM, I saw that it sold off in the open and then it made its way up, and we had this red bar with a topping tail. So I figured this was gonna be most likely the higher low, meaning that the price is not gonna go above this price, and we were also at around 38, which acts as a whole number, or which could act as a resistance in this case. So what I did was, instead of chasing the short down here, I placed a sell short order at this price at 37.86. I figured that we were going to get a quick pop and then we were gonna sell off, but it popped up. My short order got filled and it kept going higher. Once we got above 38, which I thought was gonna act as significant resistance, combined with this topping tail right here, which is shooting out resistance this way. But once we got above 38, I got out. So I got out at 38.01. So I lost about 16 cents per share. In hindsight, this was still a good trade because my theory that it was gonna sell off was actually right. Because after I got out, you're seeing two executions right here, because right here, thinking that I was covering my short position, I actually added to my position, and here I covered my entire position for a loss of 16 cents per share. And after that, the stock did exactly what I thought it was gonna do. It sold off. So if we look on the 5-minute, so this is the 2-minute chart. I mainly trade off the 2-minute and I watch the 5-minute to see what's going on that time frame. So yeah, I got in right here, got stopped out, and now we're just selling off just as I thought we would, but I am, unfortunately I am not in the trade. So the second and last trade was on AIMT. So this thing was up in the pre-market about, I believe about 6%. It was above 5%. So this thing was up 5% in the pre-market, and on news that its drug has been recommended by the FDA for peanut allergy, or to fight off peanut allergy. I usually use Finviz to see what's going on, and I saw this news right here. A mixed FDA panel just recommended this biotech's peanut allergy drug, but I didn't realize that the news was, or it came out on September 13th. And if you go down, this news has been in the works for a while. So long story short, after I was in the trade, I realized that the price, or that news was probably factored into the price. And what was going on was, someone, if you look on the daily chart, someone is taking profit. But I didn't realize that the news was in the works. I thought the news was fresh, but that was not the case. Anyway, it sold off in the open, and I saw this double bottom, and I got in at 23.49. So I'm not proud with my entry, because the plan was for me to buy it while it was coming down, and I initially had a buy order sitting at low of day, but then once it started popping up without filling me, I jumped into the trade. So I got filled at 23.49. I should have got filled at the low of this bar, so at 23.21. So I got filled 17 or 18 cents more than I would have preferred. But I was pretty confident in the trade. I thought, because it sold off, it was up 5% in the pre-market, and now suddenly it's down about 5%. And as I'm doing this recap, the stock is actually moving higher and higher, but what can you do? I'm not in the trade anymore. And my stop was, my stop was 23. And when I got in, if you look on the 15-minute, we have this red line. So this is the 15-minute time frame. We have this red line, which is the 200 moving average. So I figured it may pull back to 23. By that time, this red line will be at 23, and it's going to be a significant support. So we're not going to go lower than 23. but we did. We will look at the 5 minute. We did. We got down to 23, and I stopped out at 22.94 due to slippage. So I lost about, I don't know, 55 cents per share on this. So it's unfortunate. This was a big loser, but what can you do? And now it's going higher and higher. It's doing the move that I thought it was gonna do. See, if you look on the 5 minute now, it's going higher, and it's probably gonna continue to move higher. But I'm not gonna chase a stock. It is what it is. I have a policy. 2 trades in a row, if they're both losers, I have to stop trading for the the morning trading session. I may come back in the afternoon for power hour. I have one more trade that I could take, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna take it or not, because my stats show that I'm not that profitable when I trade and power hour after lunch. But we'll see. I may come back, spot check the market and see what's going on, and maybe take one more trade. But right now I'm done trading, and I'm gonna go to the gym, and I'm gonna go work out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.